Good morning, guys. Uh, Woke up early. I've been sitting here reading in the Bible. Um, Trying to think of what to even do for devotion, but I guess a devotion is what is sometimes brought to a minister's attention or the person that's doing the devotion, whoever it is. Sometimes it's whatever's brought to them. So I don't have anything planned out or anything. So I figured I would show you what I have been looking at. I know we do a lot in Psalms, but trust me, I have a real good one coming up. It's got, but I've got to do a little more research on that one. Got to finish it out. But something brought me back to Psalms 39. What brought me back was I was looking on YouTube, which is an amazing tool. You can see or learn anything imaginable on YouTube. But we found a new destination that we would like to go and look at. It is a Bible that is literally leaking oil. The oil is non-explainable, and the guy that was describing how it all happened. It was a personal Bible. It still had highlighted and pin marks through the Bible, which you would figure would be smudged or something. But yeah, a Bible that leaked oil. It still leaks oil, and it fills up a container. I want to go and see this. I've seen it on video, but videos never give it the full intent. And anyway, I thought it was remarkable. And when he said that it started in his Bible, he noticed it started in Psalms 39. And I read Psalms 39. I've read it a couple times. I still don't understand exactly what some of the connections, but most of them I understand really, really well. But there's some of it that I've been just studying on. But the very first thing that comes out there is something that has nothing to do with the Bible leaking oil or anything, but it is a very straightforward verse. I say I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle, while the wicked is before me. So that's interesting. I never knew that was in there. Not that part. I knew it was mentioned a few times elsewhere in the Bible. And it's basically, there's really no point in arguing with the wicked. Those are the ones that really, you kind of have to show them what you believe with actions and not with words. So sometimes the best thing to do is just shut up and serve God. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how do I apply this in everyday life? Well, about the only thing that I have that is trying on me, that bothers me or upsets me in any which way, is people that like to troll channels. So there's no sense in arguing with them. But since they're watching, Let's lead by example. All right. So, with that being said, I am going to study more on this. I've been studying all morning on this and a few other things. There's some remarkable prophecies that are in the Bible for end times that I've read them and I'm rereading them again and again because it's amazing. It speaks about things that, to my understanding, explains or is explained like traveling by plane, for instance, is, we have evolved to the point to where we have inhabited every inch of the earth. We have, or not inhabited, but we have explored or have seen just about every inch of the earth. And so the word of God is getting around to everyone in every language. They have new devices that you can literally stick in your ear and they're translators right off the bat. So we have broken the barriers of language. And barriers of language that we have broken are the very barriers of language that God was so upset about when he destroyed Jacob's ladder. So with that being said, I mean, like I was saying a minute ago, the internet is one thing. We will be increased knowledge. One of these, it has it in one of these verses I'm studying. We will be of increased knowledge. And what we're on right now, YouTube, this is a tool that you can learn anything. You can literally pick up your phone, type in a few words, and learn to fly. You can learn to be a mechanic. You have an article from CBS. Listen, this channel is meant for enlightenment. Enlightenment meaning to learn. So if you have any information like that, please, for God's sakes, put it out there. It's up to an individual to decipher whether it's true or fake. It's kind of the same principle of someone saying that the hurtful comments that we've had, like saying that I'm fake. Now it's to each their own belief, now those of us that know what we stand for, yeah, a leaking Bible, it literally leaks oil, and the people are very humble about it. They didn't even put it in a glass case or anything. It is literally in a clear bucket from Tractor Supply. And the guy picked up the Bible. There doesn't seem to be any hoses attached to it. There doesn't seem to be anything like that. And although I haven't seen with my own eyes, with the exception of a video and stuff, this is something that it put chills up and down. The chills that you get when someone's speaking the truth. When you go to church and the sermon for the day happens to be reaching out for you. And what was funny, and speaking of that, the guy that did the video on it, he said, you know what? This video is not necessarily meant for the non-believer. May not even be meant for the believer. But it's meant for that one that believes in the supernatural, that one person that is sitting right there. And when he went to start talking about that, it was like he was speaking straight to me. And instantly I was like, yes, I've got to go and see this. Dillman, you tried to get a hold of me on Facebook, but no luck. My Facebook is up and going. Are you sure you got a hold of me on the right one? Sorry to be off subject. Yes, sir, we do need to talk. I do need to speak with you. There's a lot of bad accusations, and I just want to find out. But yeah, when I get done with the feed, try again on my Facebook. You can also try Selena's Facebook. You can also try to get a hold of me through there. Both of our Facebook runs through the same phone, so I'll get the message anyway. Either way, you can try to get a hold of me from there. I see that George Cesaro, I see you put up a is it the guy that walks into the store or it's at a Bible Bible store. And the Bible and I don't know, I know that on this trip, one of the things that I am set on going, I have to do, no matter what. You know, even if we break down, I'm hiking there. I'm gonna hitchhike there if I got to, but I have to go and see the Noah's Ark thing in Kentucky. But I have added this one to the list. This is something that I'm definitely gonna seek after. You know, this is it's kind of become a quest for the sight of God's beauty. And anyway, and I plan on trying to do whatever I can to help whoever I can on the way. I was very glad to see the chat the other day. I listened in to the chat where Flux was talking with Lost Dog. For those of you that missed that, sorry, you should have got that. He explained in detail his. I'm sorry, I'm jumping topics, but I have a lot of different little things I was gonna speak to y'all about, seeing as how I haven't done a lot of. Well, we've been visiting and stuff, and we haven't really had a lot of time with the videos. I don't like doing the videos when I got a lot of people around me because it's too hectic and you can't really get one-on-one. But anyway, with that being said, Flux is he was describing his addiction problem that he had and how he had overcome it, and a lot of people badgered him on that, and I wanted to touch base on that. That is really messed up to badger a person that is trying to better themselves. That is by no means necessary at all. That will break a person down. I was disturbed to see that, you know, he had fallen back, but he is doing good now, and I am so glad to see that. I am still troubled by the fact that he is misunderstood, or someone is misunderstood about my water and the filtration system and stuff. I don't know whether it was him or whether it's Dusty or who it is, but somebody is misunderstood. The water, never deny anybody water. I've never denied anybody water, is what I'll say. I don't know if it's being denied from my camp. If it is, and I haven't talked to Dusty yet to find out. But I am still disturbed that he has it in his mind that I would deny him water. But that is something me and him will talk about later, and hopefully he'll understand that I've never denied anyone anything, especially not water. Even if I don't like the person, I still give. That's just me. I've always been that way. Even when I wasn't in church, even when I backslid there for so many years, like Jimbo, for instance, when me and him met, I had been a pastor before, but at that point in time, I was mad and angry at my maker. When you go to church for so long and you learn everything you can as far as the church. And then you take a step back and you look and you realize that 90% of what you have learned is somebody else's opinion and isn't necessarily the truth. But yet people hold you to that standard. And they forget little things like the one that I mention all the time. And that's the reason I mention it all the time, is it's so easily forgotten. The Bible clearly says to seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And people aren't allowed that freedom. They're not allowed that freedom to seek out their own salvation because they are told by people behind the pulpit. And this goes out to all preachers. They have all done it at one point in time or another. I have myself have stood behind a pulpit and told a person that this is the way that this should be, no matter what. Not, hey, this is what I think. Study on it, check it out. Not anything like that. This is the way. And if you ain't doing that, you're going to hell. Everybody's seen that. Everybody's heard that. And nobody realizes that our perceptions are different. What makes sense to me might not make sense to you. What makes sense to you might not make sense to me. What you see one way, I might see another. What I might see one way, you might see another. It's a vicious cycle. And people forget to look it up and check it out for themselves. Is this right? And why? You know what? Is this right? Is this wrong? You know right from wrong. It is instilled in you. It is in your mind. It is in your soul. You know right from wrong. You know that judging another person is not right. You know that speaking bad about another person behind their back is not right. It's human. Everybody does it, but it doesn't make it right. You know that. But you know that how? You know that because you were taught that through the Bible? No. You were taught that by knowing how it feels to have it done to you. When you're talked bad about, it hurts. It hurts your feelings. It hurts your soul. And when people are gossiping about you, or people are saying all kind of mean, hateful things to you, that is when you realize, because of how it makes you feel yourself, that's how it makes you realize that, if this hurts me, then why should I do that to hurt someone else? Everyone knows you shouldn't hurt anybody. Why hurt somebody's feelings? Why hurt somebody's beliefs? Why stomp on it's like stomping on somebody's grave. Why? You don't think it's going to hurt because it's just dirt and piled over top of them. But I mean, come on. It's hurting somebody's feelings. You know better. Everybody goes into a cemetery, and the first thing they do is they cautiously don't want to walk on the grave. Why? Are you afraid they're going to get you from the grave? No. You don't want to disrespect the person. It's in your soul. Yeah, I mean, some people, they're just outright mean. And I don't know if they even possess that ability to know the difference. And there are people like that, and about all you can do is just walk away and pray for them. I'm not saying they're lost causes, but sometimes the battle needs to be taken on by a bigger group. It needs to be handled by someone else. Not all battles are yours. So, anyway, I got way off topic. But we're at Slander's Brothers still. We are It's Labor Day, so obviously the courthouse and stuff ain't open. And I have to go to the courthouse to get this stuff straightened for the tags on the vehicle. When you buy a vehicle, you have 30 days on the tags. My driver's license is Oklahoma. My address is Oklahoma. Everything is Oklahoma. I've never changed everything over. I've traveled around a few times. You know, I've spent a year down in Louisiana. Everything else but Oklahoma's always been home. So I leave everything in Oklahoma. Always have. Well, when you buy a vehicle from a tow truck yard, they give you this funky, crazy paper that says, okay, send me in and I'll give you a title. Yeah, well, the paperwork that you get from them says that they have to be accompanied by the title. So now I have to go to the court and I have to do a Title 49 or whatever they call that. Anyway, I have to file for a title and stuff. So that's an extra $200 that I was not expecting to have to spend out of a rather small budget to begin with. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how God has it planned, but we are going with however God leads us. As of right now, it looks like we are going to be waiting, I've got to wait till tomorrow. I've got to go up there and pay for all that with the courthouse. And since I'm still under my 30-day grace with the tag and stuff, and we're going to go ahead and go down. And either we're going to, if I can get a hold of Voodoo Ninja, I've had him on our mind for some reason. We're going to go down and visit with him before we go to Louisiana to visit with my mom. But I can't seem to get a hold of him. He hasn't been online at all or anything. And he hasn't answered any of my messages, so I don't guess that's going to be a go. I'm not sure. But nevertheless, if not, then we're going down to my mom's, in which I may not have to come back up here for a title because I talked to one of my uncles. He has a motorhome, and he can't have it parked in his yard. He doesn't use it, and he doesn't really need it. And he could use a vehicle like what I have. And I know the motorhome real well because my mom and dad owned it. They owned it last year. As a matter of fact, it was, last year it was in the slabs at one time. It's not where they got it, but I'm just saying my mom and them were in it. Or no, it wasn't in the slabs. Where was it? No, never mind. That was up in Muskogee they was at, where I seen them when I lived in Muskogee. No, I lived in Louisiana at the time. That's what it was. Yeah. Anyway, I had seen the vehicle before. I've never heard it run, but I do know that they drove it all over the place. And the inside is kind of laid out a little different. It's got 2 beds in the back, which is great for Richard and Bubba. If I can get my other uncle talked out of this, it will be Muskogee's close to you. Muskogee's only
Good morning, everyone.
20 minutes from here? 30 minutes from me?
About 30.
About 30. Muskogee's only 30 minutes from where I'm at right now. I have a rent house in Fort Smith. Oh wow, okay. Sorry, I hadn't been looking at the comments, and all of a sudden I looked over and said, "Look." No, I don't. Nope, I sure don't. Sorry. Okay. You live in Oklahoma? Well, we are in Oklahoma visiting. Okay, anyway. I bet you he did that on purpose because you knew I would draw a blank if he went to talking to me. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Possibly I might be able to get my uncle talked into trading me for the motorhome. It might be a little bit more on fuel, but at least when we run out of fuel, we got a place to stay with us. I know that's some really dumb thinking, but anyway, we're hoping on that idea, but if not, see, that's the funny thing about it. That was something else I was working on. I was going to talk about before, but seeing as how I just brought it to my own attention, I'll talk about it now. A lot of people, they pray for all sorts of things, and then they get upset when their prayers weren't answered the way they wanted them. Now, for instance, everyone knew I was looking for a bus or a van to travel in. Had a wonderful idea with it. And also, like Joanne brought out, talking about, you wanted to be an ice cream man. If you stop and think about that one, I wanted the ice cream truck to go and to move so that I could actually help put water and stuff like that for the slabs. It was all about a give it thing. It wasn't a thing about being an ice cream man. But smoke more weed, I get dumber then. When I'm not high is when I actually make sense or don't make sense. It just depends on your own perception. Anyway, anyhow, I had prayed for, I wanted a van. I wanted a bus. I wanted something big that we could travel in. And I wasn't unhappy when I got what I got. I got a small SUV. No, I'm not looking for one to buy. I already have an ice cream truck. It just needs a motor and stuff. But anyway, and I was perfectly happy with that. It was simple. I wanted a vehicle. I needed a vehicle. We had to have a way to get from point A to point B for one, and for two, I wanted to get out on the road and travel. I wanted to get out on the road and see things, see people, meet people, do what I do best, help people. And I wanted to, that was my goal. And I was blessed with a small SUV. Yes, it's crowded. Yes, it's packed. But, it works perfect. Respect for the travel, better than sitting around. Oh, yeah, a lot better than sitting around. And I'm sorry, but that's all you can do in that desert. When you come out of the desert and you realize just how much energy you got then, it's amazing. Because I was up early this morning. I was up on top of the vehicle. I've got one of them bags up on top of the vehicle and stuff. I was up there trying to get backpacks moved around and get Selena her dress and stuff that she's wearing today. We took her yesterday, and I splurged. I admit we never splurge on ourselves. We never do. We take everything we can get, and we use it for things that are necessary, or we use it to buy things that help us in traveling and everything. So we never really hardly splurge, but we did yesterday. We got Selena's haircut and her eyebrows done. You can kind of show them what you look like there. You might, yeah. And we got us a few things that we've been lacking. We wanted. That was a pretty cool trip. We spent most of the time walking around Walmart and stuff. And Mary said you're looking good. So anyway, us guys, we got the short end of the stick. I got a memory card for my phone, which was necessary considering I do videos all the time. But other than that, the guy's got underwear. Very needed, very appreciated, but nowhere near as exciting to talk about than the eyebrows or hair. But anyway, yeah, we got a few things we needed and stuff. And trust me, she's part free. She did enough of that last night. Yes, this could be. Never mind. Yep, she does. So anyhow, today the game plan, we're gonna go and it's Labor Day. We're not gonna be able to get anything done or anything, and I can't leave until, where are we? We are in McAlester, Oklahoma. I know I wasn't going to say names of towns of any sorts, but y'all are going to know where we're at half the time anyway, especially when we visit other YouTubers. But yeah, I'm in McAlester, Oklahoma. We are at Slander's Brothers. We're hanging out here for a little bit, and then we're going to go back to Jimbo's. I told Jimbo, it's always about sacrifice. We're going to go to Jimbo's and hang out there, shoot some pool. And Jimbo, I got to level his pool table. But even with a unlevel pool table, he found one of my strengths and he was blessed with another. What happened was he says, I'd like to play you some pool. And I looked at him just jokingly. I was like, I feel like preaching. And he's like, well, I want to play some pool. I tell you what, how about a pool game, a lesson in pool, and a lesson in God? And just, okay. So, when it was his turn to shoot, I kept my mouth shut. When it was my turn to shoot, I kept preaching. By the time I got to the end of the message, it was about time I sung the 8-ball. It was awesome. That boy, you would have swore he was fixing to cry. He was like, okay, I've never seen that. Oh, no. We get to go see my buddy Teddy Bear. We call him Teddy Bear. He is well, not real big boy, but he's a good sized boy. And, oh man, he's a preacher. He's the one that built a church and a bar, which was an amazing concept. He is also the one that has enlightened me to a lot of things that I probably would have never understood before. And he is the reason I came back to God. Anyway, he is a very, very special friend and brother in Christ. He just messaged me and said we are home. So, yes, we get to go see Teddy Bear. We just messaged. He's at home. I was just telling them we're going to go and see Jimbo and talking about them, and all of a sudden that message come across. Guess what? Our plans have changed. We are going to. Yes. No. I don't want to, but it sounds like fast food. What's for breakfast?
You need to put shit in the car then. We need to stop and get ice.
We need to get some ice in the ice chest, and we need to get some, we need to go by the Dollar Tree or Dollar Stores, or either that or maybe that Save-A-Lot or whatever it is. What's that called? That cheap store? Yeah, but we need to go and get some groceries. We should eat more eggs. Well, okay, I guess. I mean, it's guaranteed. I always like working or helping the workforce. I mean, but that's a different kind of workforce. The more eggs we eat, the more the chickens have to work. So, hey, we're promoting their workforce. Sounds good. Eggs. Where are we going to get eggs at this time of the morning?
All our stuff in the car.
Hey, we got, you know what? It is Labor Day.
Because I was gonna ask you,
No, I don't really want to.
what's these,
What?
my boxers and shirt?
Yeah, why not? You know what? We can. Yeah, there's no point in putting eggs in the vehicle and driving anywhere. Really ain't no point in that. Daniel Lewis, how are you? Haven't seen you on in a while.
Hi, how you doing, sweetie?
Hey, brother.
Miss you.
Miss you, Daniel.
Hey, y'all, you missed it, man. We left and we went on that crusade I was telling you I wanted to go on, I guess you could call it, where I wanted to go and visit these YouTubers that we talk to all the time, and I also wanted to get out and see what I can do to help people, and I wanted to grow a little more in Christ, and I've been doing that. I have been studying, and I've been doing more praying and studying than I have in years. Huh?
You have to get ready.
Yes, I'm getting ready. I'll end it and just give me just a minute, huh? See, it's so impatient. Women are always impatient. Oh, you've been watching us? You just hadn't said anything. Dude, we have some awesome stuff in store. We have found some kind of Bible that is leaking oil continuously, and we are going to find where that is, and we are going to go find it. I am bound and determined I will find that, and I will go and see it for myself. We're going to go to the big Noah's Ark, that replica that they built in Kentucky. We're going to go there. Right now, we're waiting to get the tag straightened out. And then we're going to Louisiana and seeing if I did all that for nothing, and going to trade it for a motorhome. And then we're going to North Carolina, visit Ron and him. So it's going to be a little bit, but I don't know exactly where the Bible is. I got to find that. All of that can actually fit in the trunk of the car.
Okay.
I know the bag's still a little empty, but I've got to get the straps and strap the bag down real quick.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Open mouth, insert put. I guess that means I got to go. I hate leaving everything on a half a note there, but, you know, was you trying to say hi?
No.
Let's tell him hi.
Hello, everybody. Miss you, Daniel. What's up, Daniel?
Everybody's saying, hey, Bubba.
Hey, guys.
That one, I wish he would listen to me. Listen to me when I get on these rant and raves about the Bible and stuff a little bit more. But I gotta hand it to him. He is doing really good. He's easing up as a person. You know, he's not really getting. He's not really getting interested spiritually yet, but it's coming. I am definitely proud of him. So, anyway, without further ado, we have to say bye. Much love. God bless. I gotta get out here and fix this bag, and maybe we can do a little skit or something, or whatever you want to call it, while we're getting something to eat at McDonald's or something. I don't know. I'll look at it and see. But as for the Bible study today, please, every one of you that read the Bible, read Psalms 39. Read it. It's interesting. It really is. Love you guys. God bless.